Here's how it happened. This is how the great sage died. Nah, but seriously, welcome back, folks. I know it has been a hot minute since y'all seen me on YouTube. It's been a while. This is my first actual video of 2022. And we're kicking it off in style. Today, we're doing the Batman. Well, more specifically, we're reviewing the Batman movie, like the new one that just came out. So quick caveat out of the way. Quick caveat. All of y'all who haven't seen the Batman, go watch it. No, seriously, go watch it. It is my favorite Batman movie. Well, it's a battle between it and Dark Knight. Go watch it. If you don't care about spoilers, or if you have seen it, stick around, because we're doing the Batman, as I said. And here we go. And the plot. I'm not going to give y'all a beat-by-beat playthrough of the plot. I'm going to just give y'all the sage summary. Let's do this. Batman year one. He's still in his edgy teenage phase, essentially. Why do I even do what I do? Is what I'm doing even making a difference? This city keeps getting worse. But I can't stop. I can't stop. This city needs me. I can't stop. Shut up, Alfred. You're not my dad. I don't care about this company. This is the real work. This is what my parents died for. You know, just full on Arkham Origins Batman, a full on AG Batman in his Nirvana phase, essentially. Honestly, Nirvana does fit this Nirvana is a pretty good mix with Batman. I like it. I really do. Just this full on jaded, essentially just full on loner type character. I do like it. He's doing his usual thing, taking out mob bosses left, right, and center, taking down all these normal level criminals, until finally he deals with the Riddler. And what a more fitting first opponent, first major threat. Because it's the Riddler. He's one of Batman's oldest villains, so that makes logistical sense. And I do like that they are focusing on these lesser focused upon individuals, these lesser focused upon rogues in his gallery. Because come on, I don't need brute force, and I don't need the Joker. Come on now. The Riddler's gonna challenge this man psychologically, and I'll get into that specifics just in a little bit. I will get into the Riddler later, honestly, because he deserves a chapter all on his own. He's trying to figure out the Riddler. He's trying to stop him, all this good stuff. Riddler leaving him crumbs all over the place. His typical Riddler machinations. Just not child friendly, since he's full on the Zodiac killer now. More on that later. Just full on Zodiac killer, leaving ciphers, all this kind of stuff. I also like that he leaves Hallmark cards everywhere, specifically for Batman. He's not pursuing the cops. He's doing it for Batman. This is for him specifically. Joker ain't the only one obsessed, and I love it. Also, all right. So throughout this entire section, they do a phenomenal job at setting up that Batman is the world's greatest detective. Because we haven't seen it all that much in these movies. The Dark Knight trilogy, kind of, but we never really get the focus. Because throughout most of this movie, it is a straight up mystery thriller. It's more of that than straight, typical Marvel action adventure. It's not that. And I like that tone. DC is in a phase right now where they can definitely try and throw anything at the wall and see what sticks. I'm into it. I am into it. Let's get more world's greatest detective. Come on now, get on it. And now, further down the plot, we get the Catwoman. Zoe Kravitz did a phenomenal job with the Catwoman. She's not that deeply involved with the Riddler plot, because she's off doing her own Catwoman thing, but she is essential. She is Batman's right hand in this fight against the Riddler. And I do like that that's how they use her, because she has her own ulterior motives. She's not 100%, she's not really in it for the Riddler. She's here to get her she's here to get her shit together and leave. That's why she's here. And get some sexual attention with Batman. You know, I don't like the Catwoman outfits that much, but this one is pretty solid. I don't like the beanie, but but then again, I might just be simping here. I might just be no simping. Back to the plot. All right, so as the plot advances further and further, more and more stuff starts to unravel. It gets way more serial killer vibey. Like Nigma is just playing him. Edward Nigma, which is his actual, like, why didn't y'all actually name him Edward Nigma? Like, not Edward Newton or whatever stupid name y'all gave him. His name is Edward Nigma the Riddler. Come on now. It's so fitting for his person. It is so fitting for his arc in this movie. I'll save that for later. All right, so we eventually advanced to Nigma revealing the Wayne's true story. Everything that has happened. And between this movie and the Joker, there's been a lot of shade thrown at Thomas and Martha Wayne. Like, just a lot of shade. And I like it, because come on now. They're a rich family in a high position of power. Nobody in that position doesn't have any kind of dirt on them. Come on now. And in this movie, the dirt is essentially, I'm sticking up for my wife. I'm keeping her private life private. I'm desperate here, so let me get the mafia to deal with them. But then he didn't expect that the mafia would, be the mafia and murder the dude. Murder the reporter that was threatening to reveal the story. Honestly, Thomas, you probably should have thought that through. Just a little bit. You probably should have thought it through. Like, they still do white knight him by the end by him still being kinda noble. Like, being ready to reveal the secret himself. But, I think they did a pretty good job at, I think that was enough shade to throw at the Waynes to at least get Bruce thinking. Like, thinking about his place on all of this. Because, come on now. Like, the beginning of the movie, he was deifying his father, seeing him as a typical Boy Scout. When in reality, he's kind of a weak-willed man. He did the right thing, but it still got him killed. And he did the wrong thing in trying to do the right thing. He was still paid the mob to scare a reporter for doing his job. I mean, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. All right, so reaching the climax now. Nigma blows up the Wayne Tower or the Wayne Manor with Alfred in it. Typical learn your lesson Batman kind of stuff. Pretty much the thing that they did in Arkham Origins. Come on now. This movie, a lot of this movie stuff was kind of done in Arkham Origins and The Dark Knight, but this movie still does stand alone. Like, Alfred gets caught in the crossfire. Bruce slowly stops being a dick to him and starts genuinely it feels like their bond generally gets better. Like, growing from, you're not my dad, Alfred, to, you know what, I do need you. You are the father figure that I don't have. I kind of need you. I understand you did your best. You did your best in trying to keep my parents in a good position in my mind, and trying to raise a whole child by yourself. You did your best. Robert Patterson does a pretty good job at this version of Batman. Solid. And while I'm kind of sad that, Claw the Butler doesn't get that much play in the movie, he is still a general force for good in this movie, and he is used pretty well, honestly. Like, I like how he deciphers the Riddler's ciphers by just doing it like a Scrabble puzzle. Just on your average Sunday morning, just doing the crosswords. He's just solving an intense Zodiac killer level cipher. As Alfred does, because he's the best. And honestly, speaking of the Riddler, Nigma essentially wins. he essentially wins, because after he gets captured in that really, really well done scene, he has essentially won. Batman and the cops have been playing into his hand. Like, yes, they have effectively taken down mob bosses, but Riddler was the one who took him out. He was the one who killed Falcone. But he is setting them up. And Enigma even says that when he's talking to Batman, we're working together on this. I would never have been able to get to Falcone if it wasn't for you. Your brute force and my intelligence, we're unstoppable. We're a real team here. And now that I'm thinking about Enigma, I have to segue this to talking about him. I have to.
Riddle me this, riddle me that. Who's afraid of the big black bat?
Alright, Enigma, which is what I am going to call him, because y'all should have called him Enigma. Y'all should have. That is his canon name, and it fits so much in his theme and his motive throughout this entire movie. His motive is essentially that he doesn't want to be forgotten. He wants to be remembered. He can paint whatever political ideology that he may want, that he may genuinely believe. But in reality, he's just an egomaniac. He wants to not be forgotten. And he is jealous of the fact that Bruce Wayne, an orphan kid, was able to achieve more fame than he did, more fame and recognition than he did. Meanwhile, he's existing in the background. He's what's the word? He's an enigma. Come on, writers. It is right there. It was right there. Come on. But that is his straight up motive. He just doesn't want to be forgotten. But anyway, into the specifics of how Paul Dano played him. Much like Let There Be Carnage, I have gone on record in saying that I love how Cletus Cassidy was played. How he was just straight up they didn't dance around it. He is a serial killer. He has the mannerisms of serial killers. He has this unstable energy of serial killers. And while Cletus had this energy of, I will jump over this table and I will bite you in the fucking throat, Enigma did not have that energy. He has that serial killer energy of, what? I'm playing you guys. That straight up Zodiac killer energy of, I'm playing you guys. Plain and simple, that's exactly what I'm doing. You're not as smart as you think you are. He has this ego, he has this very fragile ego in a sense that will shatter on a dime. When Batman just full on beats him in the argument, and after he says, you're not as smart as I thought you were, he full on just starts going, no, just full on throwing a tantrum in the interview cell. Even in the pre-credit scene, he is still throwing a tantrum, just crying because his plans failed. He is a child. He is essentially a child. And I love that. They keep that aspect that he is an unstable child with a very fragile ego and acts in just a whole lot of patience. I love that. I just simply love that. Especially with how he is portrayed throughout the entire movie. They take him seriously. They really pushed his PG-13 rating. Come on now, if Suicide Squad is going to be the comedic aspect of the DCU, you need to keep this serious aspect. You can't make silly Riddler in this. They just straight up make him the Zodiac killer, full on, with all those videos being way more unsettling than the Joker's videos in Dark Knight. Way more unsettling. He straight up Russian rat traps a dude. The police commissioner, he has his way, the way that he killed him was with the Russian rat trap. And if you don't know what that is, look it up, and I am sorry if you do. Because that is a terrifying death. It is terrifying. Just, they really push this rating. They really push it. And I just love that I just love the idea of a serial killer Riddler. I wasn't a big fan of the Joker reveal at the end, or the Joker teaser at the end, I should say. But I am glad that they have given a very underrated villain his due. Paul Dano did a phenomenal job at capturing this unsettling egomaniac.
You see, Batman doesn't kill people.
Because he's a pussy!
He's a dark creature of the night.
He's a jackass who wrestles with murderers dressed like clowns and throws them in prison so they can break out of prison and then murder more people. Riddle me this. How many people you think Batman's indirectly murdered by being too much of a candy ass not to kill these fools who clearly need to be smoked once and for all?
And finally, I will end it off with the general stuff that I like and the general stuff that I didn't like about this movie. One small detail that I really love that I feel the movie captured perfectly is just how terrifying Batman is. Just how terrifying. Y'all saw the trailer shot. Y'all saw the trailer shot with the Penguin being chased by Batman. Oh yeah, I kind of missed out on the Penguin in this one. You know, I'll do this in the next sentence. Penguin, like, if I was in Penguin's position, I thought I took out Batman. You know, I thought I blew him up. And then I see the Batmobile come out of the flames heading straight for me. I would be pissing myself. Plain and simple, I would be pissing myself. He was straight up in that car like, ha, I got you, you bastard. I got you. Wait, why is the boss music still playing? Why is it still playing? Oh, come on. Come on. That would be terrifying. And then when he flips the car and Batman slowly starts walking up on him. No. I would be terrified. I would be straight up terrified. They really captured the aspect of Batman being scary, him being completely terrified. If you do not know / believe what Batman is in Gotham City, you are going to be scared shitless. They captured that phenomenally. Not just with that scene, but with every single scene in the dark where he just comes out of nowhere, just takes people out left, right, and center. He is a monster. He is an absolute beast. And the one minor thing that kind of sort of ruins it for me, and I know it's not an original argument, the armor. Like, what's the point of you being able to dodge point-blank gunfire if you're wearing a suit of armor? Like, the entire point of Batman is that he's basically a ninja. That's the entire point. He was essentially trained by ninjas. And here he is wearing a suit of armor like he's fucking King Arthur in this bitch. It's just a minor thing that I never liked. Why did recent Batman movies have to include armor? I just never liked it. And speaking of the Penguin, the mob, I really downplayed the mob in this review. But they are a very, like the one thing that this whole movie I put above No Way Home. Why? Because the side characters matter in this. The side characters and side villains matter. Penguin is the perfect example. Colin Farrell's Penguin is so good. So good. Like, he is straight up Al Capone. Like, full on, he is just straight up Al Capone. But not Al Capone as we know him. As the general public knows him, he's early stages of Al Capone. He's the underboss getting ready for his big break. Like, he is ready to take control. And he is played phenomenally by Colin Farrell. A bit stereotypical Italian, a bit stereotypical, like with the, hey, get out of here, hey, what are you doing here? That's my money, you moke. That typical stereotypical mob isms. But he's entertaining. Especially when Batman and Commissioner Gordon start questioning him. He's just like, Look, I don't know nothing about the Riddler. I don't know nothing. Hey, y'all ain't got me. I don't know nothing. Y'all can't get me for nothing. I don't know nothing. While he's in cuffs and staring at the Batman. And now that I'm thinking about the mob, his overboss, Falcone, he is a stone cold motherfucker. He is stone cold. Like, not just the stuff with Catwoman, like her being his daughter. Like, not just with that stuff, him fully willing to kill her and him blaming her the entire time while choking her up. You did this! You did this! You tried to kill me! Why'd you gotta make me turn on the family? Why'd you gotta make me do this? And then when he's captured by Batman, he's just like, hey, go ahead and cuff me up. There's nothing y'all can do to me. Y'all know how much shit I've seen. You know how much shit I've seen. Y'all know how much I've done. Man, y'all ain't finna do nothing to me. Gordon, you know y'all boys in blue work for me, right? Y'all know that, right? I'll be out in a couple of weeks. Come on now, I'll be back in a couple of weeks. It was so good. Like, he's played so well. Like, perfectly intimidating and perfectly unshakable. Just so good. Just so good. And then in that following scene, where Penguin full-on turns on Falcone. Just full-on turns on Falcone. Just like, hey, nah, you're on your own, man. You're on your own, boss. Yeah, you're on your own. Good luck in there. Good luck in Blackgate, boss. It'll probably be your last days. I knew you were nothing but a gimp in a suit. It's so good. It's so good. I know this is a rambling review, but I really hope my rambling review I hope y'all were able to follow it. Like, I'll just generalize this whole thing. The Batman was an amazing movie. Honestly, I will say it, my favorite Batman movie of all time. I will say it, I will die on this hill. I will be killed on this hill. I hope y'all have had a good day. I hope y'all have had a good time. And I'll catch y'all later. Wait a minute! Before I send y'all out, before I catch y'all later, real quick. This is Sage the Shot Caller. Here to give y'all a quick announcement. Real quick. This summer, I'm starting a series. The Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy versus the Christopher Nolan Dark Knight trilogy. Which trilogy was truly the best? This summer, I'm taking on all of them, movie by movie. Spider-Man 1 versus Batman Begins. Spider-Man 2 versus The Dark Knight Rises. And Spider-Man 3, you know the one, dig on this, y'all know it, versus The Dark Knight Rises. I wonder what would break first, my spirit or your body. Y'all know the ones. Check it out. Wait for it this summer. Y'all know what y'all gotta do. Y'all know. Wait on it this summer. I will catch y'all later. Discord in the bio. Check out my TikToks. Y'all know I'll catch y'all later. Sage, out. Bye.